Hey, welcome to Stripcover Lit. I am Adrian Fort, and bigger picture, something wrestle. I don't know. Look, I am here for an announcement of sorts, something that I was going to just spring on the community, but I realized it'd be a lot more fun if there were other people involved, so this is an announcement video predominantly for other creators. I don't know if LitMas is a term that is used in the Booktube community or not, but I'm going to use it for this. And this will be the 12 days of LitMas, starting on December 14th, during which we will present our favorite poem. That is December 14th, day 1 of the 12 days of LitMas. Your favorite poem the next day, December 15th, which is day 2. And that will be your favorite flash fiction. Now, one of the reasons that I put this in here is because it is, it's a very much overlooked type of fiction. Basically what flash fiction is it's a narrative story under 1,000 words. This might mean that some of us that are less familiar with that might have to Google flash fictions, which is not a bad thing, right? If you are looking for a quick and easy out, I would guarantee that probably 50 to 55% of the Hemingway canon of short stories is under 1,000 words and would technically be flash fiction. Day 3, December 16th, we will present our favorite short story. All of these things giving some context on the piece, why we like it, what it is that we like, delving into a little bit of the literature thereof. Day 4, December 17th, my favorite novel. Day 5, December 18th, my favorite haiku, because anybody that knows Adrian loves haiku, and this is me trying to goad the community into doing a little research on haikus. Day 6, December 19th, my story with literature. So basically just a little bit about how you came to be a literature lover, how you came to decide that you wanted to, I don't know, pursue literature in post-high school education, or start a Booktube channel, or whatever it is that you think is notable about how you came to your love of literature and why. I think that sharing those stories might be fruitful, if for no other reason than to propagate literary love. Day 7, December 20th, I'm going to share one of my poems. If you are not a poet, you could share one of your short stories. If you're not a writer, just share something you like. Maybe you journal. How do you journal? What brings you to journaling? Maybe you take notes on literature for your Booktube channel. How do you do that? Just something about our work that we can share with the community. Day 8, December 21st, my favorite quote on writing. Again, this may or may not be something that someone who is not a writer could do. I think that there are fruitful quotes on writing for any type of reader, because simply understanding something from that level as well, I think it adds something to the experience of reading. Day 9, December 22nd, my favorite quote on literature. For me, I don't have one yet. I'm probably going to have to go to scholarship, possibly Christopher Hitchens. I have his book, Arguably, in which he goes on, I don't want to say rants, but miniature sort of essays on many books, Lolita included. So I might nab something from that. Day 10, my favorite nonfiction writer. December 23rd, day 10, my favorite nonfiction writer. I know that Nonfiction November is a big thing in the community, but I don't know that it is necessarily something that many people... I think that it's easier to find nonfiction that you like to read than nonfiction writers that you like to read, if that makes any sense. So say that you like Egyptian history. It's easy to go to the Barnes & Noble or the Amazon or wherever you go to buy books, and you find stuff on Egyptian history. I don't know that you necessarily, to go back to Christopher Hitchens, search for Christopher Hitchens because that is nonfiction, and then, hey man, I'll read anything he's interested in, right? So there's a little bit of a difference there as opposed to fiction, where a Stephen King fan is going to read anything that Stephen King puts out because it's written by Stephen King. December 24th, day 11, my go-to books when I'm not feeling it. For me, this is going to be my go-to books when I'm not feeling inspired for writing. The pieces that I will pick up and I will read a page of, or a quote from, or a scene therefrom, just to sort of get back into things. And I have several books that I go to for that sort of every time I pick them up, it's like they've got this little bit of magic inside. And December 25th, day 12. I don't know if this is how the 12 Days of Christmas thing works. I don't know if it ends on Christmas, if it ends the day of... I don't know. This is the schedule I'm going with. So if you would like to create, then create as well. But December 25th, day 12. You know, I think this time of the year we are often looking towards the next year. And that is... I don't want to say a good thing, but I know that it's not necessarily a bad thing. And goal setting is something that has played a very large... part in my life, and I think that I have profited from it. So on December 25th, my video that drops will be sharing 5 of my reader goals, 5 of my writer goals, and 5 of my Booktube goals. And that might be incredibly boring, but I think that it will be, if nothing else, cathartic for me, and it will also get my goals out there so that people know that I'm failing horribly at them. So that is the 12 days of Litmas as I have them drawn up. If you are a creator and would like to create along, I would appreciate that. I think that these are things that could open interesting discussions within the community. And I hope to see you, if no other date, on December 14th, where I am talking about my favorite poem.